One take. This is NBA One Take. One take for your head. This is NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. This is a round association edition as I'm on the eve of NBA Draft 2019. More rumors swirling around association, but I just want to get to the top rumors. You got the Houston Rockets with the ongoing reports of the issues with Chris Paul and James Harden. Now, okay, the thing with these guys, even Darren Moore refuted it, but there's a little smoke, but it's not a fire. Now, a lot of the issues with these two, it's not even personal. These guys, it's just a little bit on how the system and everything operates. And I think that's a D'Antoni issue, which the owner did see and told a lot of confidants about. That there was going to be problems in Harden and Chris Paul when running the offense. You know, people say, "Oh, when Chris Paul run it, Harden got his hands on his knees. He's not as engaged." And then when Harden got it, Chris Paul is a spot-up shooter looking to get the ball. And listen, in a lot of cases, that happens with two ball-dominant players. It happens. But it's not to the point where you're saying Chris Paul requested trade. There's a lot of fodder out there. I think it's good click and bait content, which I don't click to it. I just see the headlines and I already know that a lot of it is just a little too much. And then, you know, they try to use a lot of the insiders, if it's, you know, Shams and Woj and, you know, Marcus Thompson, like a lot of them, they try to really use the top guys as a source of content because they may tweet something and then they'll piggyback and follow up on that and then give their own little dialogue about the issue between the two. And then that's how they create this whole spiral of things. So I don't pay attention to that. Al Horford most likely is going to decline his player option, become an unrestricted free agent. Now, he did it because he knew he could get a new structured deal, possibly a 4-year, $70 million offer. Now, the Celtics are not looking to give him a 4-year deal. The Celtics is in a round of possibly a 2-year deal for roughly $30-something million. To a 3-year deal around 50. And Al Horford and his representation is going to possibly look somewhere else. And he'll get it. Now that Kyrie Irving is linked to the Nets, there's a possibility if the Nets can't land their top free agents, they wouldn't mind bringing in a culture guy, a veteran, like Horford with Kyrie, and put him together with the players they got there. You could think of what you can, but that's most likely gonna happen. Kyrie and Horford do have a very respectable relationship. They like each other a lot, and they do respect each other as veterans. And no matter what they said was going on in Boston, and while people would say, "Oh, Horford didn't ever intervene," I said, "Listen, you don't know what's going on in that locker room. Don't even say that." Harrison Barnes is all as well. He's going to opt out of this $25 million. Now with him, he'll get some looks. People wouldn't mind a guy that could come in and get you 18, 19 a game. You know, he's not looking for the max. So there's going to be teams out there with less than the max with some cap space that could get his services. I don't think he's going to go back to the Kings. When he did come out and said that he liked playing for them. But the thing is, I think he wants to play for a contender, possibly a team that he would use. I mean, the Kings is an up-and-coming team. They may even give him a look, but I don't think they're gonna. They probably told him they're not looking to give him anything long-term, because they still got issues with cauley-stein and these guys. They want to lock up their young guys first before they can even think about getting a veteran in there at somewhat of a high price. So he's likely going to be on a lot of people's radar, probably after the second tier of free agents start making their moves. He'll just probably be one of the second tier guys that's gonna be going to another destination. And going back to the Rockets and Celtics, they had a deal in place for Clint Capella, which it featured Marcus Smart, a little bit of cap space, and possibly Terry Rozier. Celtics is looking because of issues with Al Horford, so that kind of heated up, back up a little more. I mean, the Celtics, if they lose Kyrie and they have a little bit cap space, they can play with it and see who they could get and still become a reputable contender. I mean, no one traded Danny. The Celtics is on the phones right now. They trying to make some deals because they don't want the Oilers to blow up in their face. So, possibly a trade for Terry Rozier, who's a restricted free agent. Attach him to another team, get some assets back, maybe some draft picks. You know how you do. See if what they could do via free agency. Celtics are trying to at least Because maybe they could get somebody to come back if they lose Kyrie and Horford. But then they'll still have Tatum, Brown, and Gordon Hayward on the roster and still be a strong contender. So, gotta see. Gotta see. It's been a lot of shake-up around this draft. Teams looking to possibly move picks, do a lot of stuff. We don't know what teams are thinking, but trust me, as much stuff that I get, and I'm not even saying half of it, is that these people are on the phones. I mean, don't think they are always on the phones, but right now it's a real busy time, especially for like general managers, presidents, just thinking. Because the thing about it with this draft is there's assets. And when you work out certain players, you may take a liking to them, but you're not in a position to draft them, while others are in a position to draft them, but they don't have them in their plans. We gotta see. This is Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.